gentlemen, welcome to the official first video of TOMG Fashion. If you don't already know me, my name is Tumise. My friends call me Tumishe. They call me Oluwa Tumishe. Some of my friends call me Rebecca. And my friends also call me Bubbles. So whichever one you know me, either one is fine. Thank you so much for being here today. This is the very first official video, and I'm going to be talking about relationship, anything about relationship, marriage, everything that has to do with relationship and marriage. So definitely keep watching. I do talk a lot, so if I'm talking too much, just skip right to the video. I'm gonna show you how I got this makeup. So I'm gonna walk you through how I did my makeup today, and there's no really any name brands. If you have any question about my foundation or anything that I use, definitely send me like an email. My email is tumise@tomgfashion.com. I'm gonna have that in the comment the below section as well. Remember to hit that subscribe button, and please remember to comment. And if there's anything that you would like to see in the next videos, I'm always looking for advice. Like I said, I'm just starting out, so I'm really excited this is my first one. Just keep in mind the quality of the video, everything will get better, so please bear with me. And again, thank you so much for being here today. While I'm putting my primer on, I just want to, kind of talk about different relationships. I've been married for about 3 years now. We're going to 3 years. And of course, I've learned a lot. There is a difference between marrying and dating. One thing that I've learned in any relationship is it's always best to keep things to yourself. Nobody needs to know about your situation. I learned that finances should not be discussed with friends. Even if you're going through like a financial situation with you and your husband, nobody needs to know that. Not even your friends needs to know that. I have learned, well, this is actually not learned. This is just almost, for me, it's more like common sense. But people always feel that they should be discussing. Nobody really needs to know exactly how much your husband made. They really don't need to know that. I feel like when you are in your best moment and when you are in your worst moment, nobody needs to know. So the whole point is you want to always stay neutral. One thing my husband always tells me, and I still remember to this day, it said that if you're eating, basically, if you're eating caviar, lobster one day, and the next day you're having ramen noodle, if you're my Nigerian friends, my Nigerian ladies or guys, if you're drinking, if you're drinking Gary, with kuli, nobody needs to know that. Always stay neutral. Your high point, your low point, always stay neutral. Nobody needs to know. The more people that the less people that know about your situation, the less issue you're going to have. Some people like to talk about their husband and, always this and that. And I guess they're just not satisfied. But honestly, you have to watch who you talk to. There's this saying back home that I'm gonna say it in Yoruba and I'm gonna try and translate it in English. Basically, gbogbo alangba lo da inu dele, a ò mọ ìtinú run ńbẹ̀. What that indicates, or what that means, is that all lizard basically walks, and when they walk, their stomach, they work on their stomach. Well, not work on their stomach, but they walk, but their stomach is facing the ground, but you can't tell if they have a stomach ache or not. So what that indicates is that you may be telling somebody else something about yourself, and they may not be happy for you. Or when you tell them, oh, this is what's going on with my life, they may be happy that you're going through so much issues right now. So it's always best to be neutral. If things are going well, that's great. Keep it to yourself. Keep it within your family. And if things are not going well, that's okay as well. Keep it to yourself. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to broadcast to everybody. But just remember that not everybody is happy for you. because they may be going through their own issues, and then you're telling them, oh great, oh my husband just made $2 million, or my husband just got a contract for $1 billion. And then maybe their husband is like a, you know, I don't know, maybe like a bus driver or whatever, and they may not be happy about that for you. So always watch who you talk to. And that goes with friends. And of course, there are friends, don't get me wrong. There are friends that truly want your happiness. Of course, there are friends. There are always people that want your best interest at heart, and other people that, don't want your best interest at heart. So it's just, finding the balance and being able to identify who those people are. And also, I think it's always just a best practice to just know what to disclose about yourself and what to not disclose about yourself. Because I always, before I talk about my family or, to anybody that it's not like a close family friends, I always think to myself, if maybe like 5 or 10 years from now, how would I feel about disclosing that information? So just be careful. Not everybody wants your best interest at heart. Guys, all this movie stuff that they do in Nigeria, like if you watch like a lot of like Nigerian movies, like, about relationship and how, the friend stole the husband, or, the friend stole the boyfriend. I mean, they're real. They are real, because there are a lot of people out there that, that they actually want what you have. So it's just about having a common sense and just trusting in yourself and whoever you're with, and just being able to choose. Just remember, you are a gorgeous person. You don't need a guy to take care of you. You can take care of yourself. And I feel like when us ladies are starting to like kind of rely on on males or guys to take care of us, or a relationship to take care of us, that's kind of when you lost that fluster and, what it is about yourself. You actually lose that chance to glow and be who you are. And some guys are intimidated. If you are a well-off female, you make your own money, and they see you, they're like, oh God, this is scary, because what is it that I have to offer her? So yeah. So I've been watching a lot of news lately as well about, people just being in like a really toxic relationship, and sometimes the goal is to know when to actually call it quit. Just to be like, hey, this is not working out. Just not being in a relationship. But some people are in a relationship and they just feel like, they're just stuck. There's nothing else. They feel like there's nothing else they can do. They have no plan out to get out, or they have no plan for, if they get out, what are they gonna do with themselves? And I'm not saying anything is wrong with being a stay-at-home wife, but you just have to be careful. There's a lot of crazy people out there nowadays. There's a lot of crazy people out there. Crazy people. So just be careful about what you give your heart to. Just be careful if your husband takes a life insurance on you. I've been watching a lot of ID channel lately, and yeah, it's real. The wife is dead, and then by the time they know, the husband is catching in like $500,000. I guess, the lady, even the guy can be worth more dead than being alive. So try make sure you know. That's in my store. It's 100% human hair, and it is super light, really light. So it's not like those plasticky ones. These are really good. So I'm gonna apply this to mine. So just remember to go to any relationship, to actually thrive. The less people in the pot, the less issues you have. This part I can't really talk because I literally need to put my eyelashes on. Also, I have a lot of like friends I'm not even friends, just people that I know, younger than me, asking like, oh God, how much to aid being single, and that they, want to, want to find a boy. Always remind those people that, trust me, enjoy being single now. Just enjoy the fun of it. Enjoy being your age, whatever you are. If you're 21, 19, 17, 18, 28, just enjoy being single. Because when you're married, marriage is work. It's great, it's fun, but it also can be stressful. So enjoy being single right now, ladies or gentlemen, because I'm telling you, once you find the one, you find the one, but at the same time, you guys will get into quarrel with each other because it's just another thing that I've noticed are people that are just willing to give it up too easily. And if you, especially for my ladies, you know what I'm talking about. A guy likes to hunt. They like a lady that, they like to hunt for you. If you give it up too easily, if you give up your cookies so easily, then you already got what he wants. Because the whole point of a relationship is that, oh God, how will it be at a very first time? We'd be so excited. How is that gonna be? But if he's already like got in there on like the first week, then you're wondering like, why is he not calling you? And one thing, ladies, we all should be aware of, even when it comes to relationship, is that we are we're sensitive people. We're all sensitive. And you definitely don't want to release, or I guess release your cookies way too soon when it comes to relationship. You kind of want, that's the fun of it. When you're trying to date, everything is still new. So it's kind of like, wow, you don't, this guy, you're starting to meet him, and it's like just so fun and so exciting. And then you just kind of like, just have fun at that time. When you start, doing the deed together, sharing each other's cookies, then it's like, I've been there, you've been there. So, yeah. So definitely choose who you are going to marry. And I know there are people that even like their family will choose who to marry for them. I always remind everyone that remember you're gonna be the one living with this person. So make sure you know the personality. If that's why dating is important. Because so if this guy's already punching and slapping you in the first, month or so, you can kind of no, this is probably not the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. So definitely choose your, choose your spouse. Don't just let them choose you as well. You have a say in who you want to spend the rest of your life with. Especially, if you're from Nigeria, if you're from Africa, really divorce is kind of frowned upon. So you kind of want to really choose carefully. You want to be careful with your decision when it comes to a relationship. Almost like when my niece tell me like she goes sometimes like, auntie, I can't wait to have my own car so that I can have my own apartment and I can do whatever I want. And I look at her, I say, when you have your own car, sweetie, that you have to pay, you gotta pay for your car insurance. If it's a brand new car, you gotta pay your car loan. If you have an apartment, you gotta pay your apartment loan. You gotta pay for gas, electricity. You gotta get a job. Sometimes I feel like relationship is like that. Sometimes it takes a lot of work. It really does. And now when you are in a relationship, you're only worrying about you technically only worried about your when you're single, actually you're only worried about your. So in a relationship, I mean, when you're single, as I was saying, when you're single, you can't just be like, you know what, I just want to, I'm just gonna go out and whatever, especially when you're married. Actually, maybe not when you're dating. So if you say, I just want to go out really quickly, I want to go see my friend, and then you come home at like midnight, and then it's kind of like, where have you been? And when you're single, you don't have to. Sometimes maybe you only eat once a day, but now your partner eats 3 times a day. Now you have to figure out, you have to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if it was just you can just like go out and just buy whatever you want, eat, and just call it a day. But now that you're married, you also have in-laws as well. Keep that in mind, especially my Nigerian queens. Your in-law comes in, you gotta make them food. You may have to make some pounded yam. You may have to make some egusi soup, some efo soup, and those takes like hours to make. So it is a lot of more work, but it's definitely, I'm not, scaring anybody away from relationship. It's not something like, especially marriage, it's something that you can just wake up and be like, you know what, this is getting too much. I'm just gonna leave. You can't really do that, because there are process. If you want to divorce, there are process that you go through. So I don't wish that upon anybody. But at the same time, in a relationship, if you're still dating, and that's why that dating is really important, because that's when you actually get to know the person. Trust me, you cannot you cannot teach an old dog a new trick. So if you're in a relationship and there's a lot of red flag, and you think like, you know what, I can change him. When we get married, maybe he's gonna change, she's gonna change. Trust me, whatever she brought in or he brought in into the relationship prior to the marriage is what is gonna happen. If you think he's going to do more things than others, no. So that dating is when you evaluate. It's almost like a checklist, because that dating is much easier to just be like, you know what, this is not working out. You can get out. But then once you get married and then you have kids, it's not that easy to just walk out of a marriage, because then you have to figure out, okay, where is John gonna stay? Where is Susan gonna stay? Are they gonna stay with mom or dad? Is dad gonna have Susan on the weekend? I have John on weekdays. It's a lot of stress on the kids as well. So that dating is really a great time to figure out exactly what you want to do. Is this the right person for me? And please, ladies and guys, don't ignore the red flag. The red flag is there for a reason. The red flag is something to address during the dating side when you started dating, and it's something that you should address. It's something that the person cannot change, and it's something that you cannot live with. Do not expect them to change when you were married. So ladies and gentlemen, remember that there are a lot of crazy people that just want to use you. But if you're thinking like, hey, it's time to get married, and you're ready, which I can understand, just make sure that you go through that dating process, get to know somebody. You can't teach a old dog a new trick. You really can't. So if you're in a relationship and you think the person's gonna change after some time, just remember what I said. Like, if they're not gonna change, during the relationship prior to the marriage, how do you think that? If they're not gonna change prior to the relationship during the marriage, how do you think they're gonna change right now? It's not gonna happen. So ladies, I hope you like this makeup/tutorial talk. Definitely please subscribe. So ladies, oh wait, gotta bring that up a little bit. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Like I said, I am not a professional. This is just relationship advice from my personal experience, from other people's experience. And if you have any questions or concerns, definitely send me an email. Remember to follow me on TMG Fashion _ and shop_2MG Fashion on Instagram. And remember to also check out www.shop2mg Fashion as well. And of course, always remember to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any action. So thank you guys so much for being here today. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.